Good afternoon, and welcome to another McMurdo video. And today, which might be why I'm rather more smartly dressed than usual, I shall be talking about the European Union, and specifically an argument raised which quite annoys me in relation to Britain's exit from the European Union, or Brexit, as people love to call it these days. And it's in this certain type of rhetoric, people sometimes come up with the argument, Britain is not in Europe, therefore Britain should leave the EU. And it kind of revolves around this idea that the United Kingdom is an island off the coast of mainland Europe, and that for some reason that means that it's not part of Europe. I can 100% confirm to you that the United Kingdom is part of the continent of Europe. And yet, some people, I feel like the people who use that example, when I've seen it used in arguments or speeches or debates, they always kind of add it in at the fly, add it in at the second, where the opposition is not expecting it, and they can kind of add a little bit to that argument, but the argument's moving so quickly that they can't come back to it and actually confront what they had just said, and it kind of, makes the Brexiteers feel a bit better about themselves. And so it would kind of be like, you'd be going, well, Britain needs to leave the EU because... Britain needs to leave the EU. You go, why does Britain? No, that's a funny joke. Britain needs to leave the EU because the European Union is full of unelected bureaucrats, and besides, Britain isn't even really part of Europe. It's just an island off the coast of Europe. Britain isn't even in Europe, and Britain will be able to make their own trade deals. And you see, from the unelected bureaucrats to the trade deals, in between they can fit in a little bit about Britain not being in Europe, and yet still kind of add that into that argument, when really it has no basis in fact at all. And it annoys me. Iceland is in Europe. Iceland is far further away from the coast of mainland Europe than Britain. Ireland is in Europe and in the EU, and Ireland is further away from the mainland of Europe than most of the United Kingdom. It doesn't make sense. It's like saying Japan isn't part of Asia because it's an island off the coast of Asia. Yes, it's an island off the coast of Asia, it's still in Asia. It's like saying Madagascar is not in Africa because it's off the coast. I don't understand that. It doesn't make sense. And I honestly feel like the people who use that argument realise and understand what they're doing isn't true, but they're adding it in and then skipping over it quickly so that the opposition can't come back to it and pinpoint it, and yet it adds to their argument. Which it doesn't, because it has no basis in fact. So, if you're ever in a debate about Brexit, please do not say that Britain is not part of Europe.